Hi, Scrappy friends. I hope you are doing well. Welcome to In Your Pocket Tuesday. So today for Tuesday, for my pocket page, I decided that I'm going to start working on my December daily type stuff. And I mainly use pocket pages, and I'm pretty sure that this year I'm going to use an 8.5 by 11 album that I have from We Are Memory Keepers. I also am doing some cozy stuff in there, so I think I'm going to combine the two and have them live together. But we shall see, because I may get doing this through this December and decide that I don't like it, but that's what I'm doing. And so I want to make like a cover page, or like a what you use at the beginning of your December daily. I don't know if many of you guys do this, but I kind of like to have some kind of page at the beginning, just kind of, welcoming you to the album. Last year I did a page with like a tree that I did myself with different stuff. And so this year I decided that I think I'm going to use these card pockets that have 9 pockets. And because this is an 8.5 by 11, the pockets aren't quite 3 by 4. They're like 2.5 by like 3.5 or something, I think is what I remember. I use that white piece to be like the template. I was thinking that maybe I would add it in, but then I decided I didn't like that, and I wanted to have a little bit more pattern. So I do kind of add a little bit more pattern to my pockets. And because this mood board is very cozy and natural feeling, I kind of went with that. So I'm using like some flannels or plaid type patterns. I'm using some craft, and I use this black and white piece, and in the end you will see that I decide to do the same papers for both sides. At first, when I start this, I'm not really sure that that's the route that I'm going, but then in the end I decide, you know what, I'm just going to keep it really simple and easy, because normally I wouldn't have done that. I would have just done a different card for each side, and that would have been fine too. But really, I think that I am trying to keep this project really easy because, well, one, this year I'm way busier than I will probably be, from last year, maybe not as many things that we do, but just busier as far as like scrapbooking. I've been doing way more scrapbooking this year than I have in the past, and I'm loving it, but it definitely, because it takes up more time, things that I can make easier like this, I really should implement. And so I'm just kind of, at this point, I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going with this, except for that I know I want to do the pockets, and I want to put some sequins in some of the pockets, which I do, but I don't do that on screen. I wish I'd remembered to turn on my camera, but I turned it off. And then I was like, hey, I should do these before I go to bed, because I have my fuse on, because I pulled it out. I don't know about you guys, but I tend to forget about my fuse. I got it last year for Christmas. Last year. I got it for Christmas. My in-laws were like, what do you want? And of course I asked for something scrappy, because why wouldn't I? And I was like, hey, I want this, but it was something that I wasn't really willing to use my own money to buy. And I'm really glad I bought it, because it is really helpful in projects like this where you want to do a pocket shaker page, or if I want to make my own pocket page and cut down a bigger protector. It does work really well for something like that. Do I use it all that often? No, not really. A lot of times I forget about it. So right now I'm doing some stuff, but unfortunately I didn't realize I was off screen. So I am sorry about that. Apparently, I'm still getting used to the fact of where my camera is, even though you would think it would be the same place, but because this is a new desk, I think that it comes out a little bit further, so I kind of forget that I have to do stuff higher up. And I took my mat off, and I think that makes a difference. I took my mat off because, yeah. So not that you guys should, I don't know. Do you guys care why I took my mat off? I took it off because it looks better, the color-wise. I feel like the mats can sometimes mess with the colors of the papers and what you're doing. And so I'm kind of trying out this way. I might not keep it this way forever, only because I've noticed that my dog and stuff kind of try to jump up, and so it's probably going to get scratched and not look as pretty as it does right now in the future. So we shall see. What I really need to do is get a mat like Ari. I love her mat. I love that black and white. It's like a big old target right in the middle. But the colors are really pretty. So now I'm backing this one, and I'm trying to get them about the same because, certain things I have to be a perfectionist with. Some things I don't really care. Okay, so now this is the next day. So I worked on it at night, and I was getting, I don't know, I just wasn't sure where I wanted to go with it. And so instead of flipping through my papers like 50 million times, I'd worked on it for almost not quite an hour. And I find that after about an hour, if I'm working on a project now, I can't focus on it if I don't know where it's going. So, which is probably not a good thing, right? But anyway, so I decided that I was just going to put it away and, go to bed or whatever. So now I kind of have an idea. Like I said, I put the sequins in, and I added some leaves in there because in part of the other part of this album, I'm doing like some cozy type themed layouts, and I'm using leaves on them, and I'm not sure if I want to carry that concept over into my December daily. I'm thinking I might, but I'm not really sure. So I just added the gold leaves into my shaker pocket, and I used a Spiegel Mom Scraps. She has some really pretty holiday themed sequins, and I use that. It's called Plum Dreamsicle, maybe? I'll have the link below anyway. But I really like it. Even though it doesn't really match the Christmassy colors that are on here, because this has a lot of greens and reds and stuff, but I just feel like it matches the mood board, that's for sure. Which, I was really just going for the feel of the mood board this time instead of just sticking with the colors, because as you can tell, this is Christmassy and there are no Christmas colors on that mood board really, but it has this natural feel, and I really wanted this to be simple and natural. And moving up north, and I see a lot of people with clothes with plaids, because you see a lot of hunters and all that kind of stuff, and they dig those clothes. And so it's just kind of squeezing. I don't know if you guys are like this, where you live, or the things that you see, if it just kind of like infuses into what you're working on, but it definitely does that for me, and I like it because it's a way to kind of pay homage to the area or the place in my life where I'm at. And so, yeah, I guess it's me just trying to be trendy in the sense of what's trendy in the area that I'm in. So, or what I think is trendy. I don't know. Maybe not. But I did take that big doily and put it in, and I cut it in half and used half on the one side and half on the other. I really like how that looks. Now, so in the corner, down in the on the side, you see a whole bunch of stars, and I'm actually almost done with this one. I am outlining some stars, and then I'm gonna put stars on there. So I really just like the way that hand-drawn look adds to the layout, and it just adds a little emphasis to those, and I just hand punch those out. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this a little bit different. I know we all are kind of starting to get ready for the holidays, and this is just what I'm doing. I hope you guys check out the Crafty Maven Facebook group. We kind of try to share and talk about some stuff that inspires us, and during the holidays, I think it's really fun to just kind of talk about the things that we're doing and just help inspire each other. So I hope you guys check that out, and I hope you guys come back to the Crafty Maven Getaway and see all the fun stuff that we are creating with the inspiration pieces that we are using. And I hope you have a great week. I will talk to you guys later. Bye!